Blog Talk Radio. Good evening, and welcome to Read You Later, a fun, captivating show that discusses the best in art, entertainment, and culture. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this is part 2 of our Boss Babe series. We are featuring women who are shaking up their respective industries, who are moving, grooving, and they're going to give us a few tidbits of how we can become better prepared in 2019 in this world of business. And tonight I have with me the one and only Christy Luxe. Christy is a Renaissance woman. She's a woman. She's a co-publisher of Krave Magazine. She also operates and owns celebrity management and talent business. And she has a lot of different things on her horizon. And so who better to talk about Christy than Christy herself? So, Christy, welcome to Read You Later.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
And we're excited to have you. Now, Christy, we're going to dive right into this thing that you call entertainment. And you have your hands in various platforms of entertainment. And a lot of times when people think of entertainment, of course, we often think of television and movies and radio. But can you also tell my listeners what other form of entertainment that you are bringing to the table?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, recently I celebrated 10 years as editor-in-chief of Krave Magazine. And for some of you who don't know, Krave is the only fashion, lifestyle, and entertainment magazine for men of color. So I've spent the last 10 years.
Only. Now,
yes,
the only. Now, how significant was that for you to be a part of something that was groundbreaking, but also gave so many opportunities for other talent to be seen?
You know, it was incredible, honestly. Krave is in its 13th year, and I would have been I'm in my 11th year, technically, 10, celebrating 10 last year as editor-in-chief. And you are absolutely right in that being in print and publication, we have really been able to give a lot of people their start. We've given a lot of models their very first tears. We've given a lot of stylists their first tears, a lot of photographers their first tears. We've had a knack for finding talent and really having the platform to give everyone an opportunity to really shine in their respective field. So it's been amazing. It's been great. So
now you're still a part of Krave. Yeah, you're still a part of Krave. So this is a magazine that has featured, as you said earlier, people who were on the very cusp of their early part of their career and now have gone on to higher heights and have gone on to have a lot of global success. And so I know that a lot of my listeners may, if they've never heard of Krave Magazine prior to this show, may be interested in perhaps gaining some insight about how they can advertise or even subscribe to the magazine. So can you share with my listeners any of that information?
Yeah, absolutely. For advertisement or even for features, we have a lot of models and just people who want to be featured in the magazine. They would reach out to info2@kravemagazine.net, and that's Krave, Krave, magazine.net. So any kind of inquiry would that's where they would reach out.
Then ladies and gentlemen, we will be saying the names and the emails of different publications and platforms that Christy is a part of during the course of the show. So if you're not able to catch the first time, honey, have no fear, because we will do some replays. Now, as a female being part of this industry, especially being part of a magazine industry that is catering to basically your African-American males, How was it? Was it difficult for you to be a part of it? Did you have to quote unquote prove yourself? And how was that transition piece for you?
I think I wouldn't say necessarily difficult. Being in an industry that that caters to men, but I think just being in an industry that caters to men is challenging in and of itself. Not because of the position or anything, because there are so many women in publishing, but when all you do is talk to men and about men, and you're surrounded with men all the time for a very long time, 10 years, the challenge, I think, for me as a woman in business is I am wholeheartedly, I believe in the sister circle. I believe in the power of sisterhood and uplifting our sisters and enabling and creating opportunity for women, because I am certainly a feminist. So when you work with men all the time and those opportunities are not necessarily there to be able to really support women like you would like to, I feel like that's a challenge. That's certainly a challenge. But I think the way I was able to still kind of give back in that regard is to create opportunities that are behind the scenes for women, the stylists
awesome.
and the MUAs and all of, But I did find that challenging, I have to admit. I found that challenging for a very long time to only speak to men and to only work with men and to help men further their career without being able to really give to women. So I had to find more creative ways to do that.
And that was awesome that you were able to do that, because I think often, regardless of our fields, people get a little stagnant, and sometimes they ponder about how can they make change occur. And so you were able to make changes occur behind the scenes. But not only that, giving people those opportunities, I'm sure, has led to other jobs and other creative opportunities for them as well. So let me give you your kudos for that, because sometimes people rather go with the status quo and say, okay, well, I don't know how to do this, and I'm just going to go on and do what's normally done. But you went beyond the measure and fought to another level to incorporate women in these roles, and that is awesome. As I said earlier, collaboration is the new currency, and I think that once we can learn as a whole, especially in communities of color, that collaboration and partnerships are to be valued. Because we see in other communities that, you may see a person at a certain level, but there are so many people behind that person or people who have pushed that person, and they all collaboratively learn and grow together. You see various family units who may live in a house or a particular neighborhood or what have you that may be considered very upscale or even a mansion, but there may be 3 different families in that household, and everyone stays in there till everyone grasps a business or businesses. And so I think that collaboration and partnerships, I think once we grasp a hold of that and to view how powerful they are, honey, the world will not be able to stop us. I truly believe that.
Absolutely. And, you'll start to see, and I've started before, but people will start to notice that I hashtag Fade to Pink a lot. And Fade to Pink, that's my personal movement. And that literally came about when I was, just in a period where I just felt really heavy with being surrounded by, like I said, and only supporting men and trying to find a way to support women. So, I was like, I'm just going to fade to pink. I'm going to fade to pink, and I'm going to start really pushing the women's movement, helping women to get in business. So I hashtag Fade to Pink a lot. It's a movement, a personal movement of mine. It's something that is, important to me. So when people see me hashtag Fade to Pink, that's exactly what that is. But you'll see more things coming on that soon.
Awesome. Girl, I'm looking forward to it. Now, tell us about your transition, because the end of last year and beginning of this year, you were able to be put in a broader spotlight, if you will, and you're able to help other people to excel in various platforms. So tell us about your transition from Krave to what you're doing now.
Well, I actually transitioned over. My goal was, of course, with Krave, Now, 10 years in, of course, Krave is family, and that's like my baby. And it's like me and my publisher and the owner, it's like we had a child together, and you don't just abandon your child, you know. So I have been fortunate enough to transition into co-publisher of Krave to be able to, you know, give someone else a voice now. And let's see kind of what new vision for Krave. But in the interim, I also wanted a little bit of new vision for myself. So I have made the transition. I am now over at Celebrity Media TV, and I am the general manager at Celebrity Media TV, and it's powered by World Star Hit Radio. And it's kind of, so World Star, of course, everyone is familiar with World Star Hip Hop.
Exactly.
So World Star Hit Radio is the radio station underneath the umbrella, and Celebrity Media TV is the TV side of that. So we are a global streaming platform, very similar to like a Netflix, subscription-based. We'll be rolling out the new site here in a couple of months, and we're just really excited because that is going to give a lot of independent filmmakers and creators of content a platform to be able to really generate revenue, you know, from their projects. As, you know, a talent manager, I've seen and met so many amazing independent filmmakers who have these projects that are incredible, but they just don't have distribution for them yet. And a lot of them are waiting. They want to sell their projects, you know, to larger platforms like a Netflix. But guess what? In the interim, you've put all this time and energy and financing behind this project. So what are you going to do with it? You know, what are you going to do with it? You can upload it. There are platforms where you can upload projects. But let me tell you, at Celebrity Media TV, the thing that I love the most is because we really take into consideration the artist and the filmmaker. So all of these platforms, there's platforms like Amazon Prime. But when I tell you, we pay, I mean, an astronomical amount. The revenue that you make off of your project is so astronomical compared to like an Amazon Prime or platforms like that. You literally would have to do, I can't even tell you the amount of volume on an Amazon Prime to make the same as you would make with one stream on our network. So, you know, just be able to really create that platform for people is really, really exciting. And, of course, we have original content as well. So, you know, I have an opportunity to produce content. So in the interim, giving other people an opportunity to really make money off of these projects that they make, and they're not just sitting and waiting. You know, so it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
Now, there may be a lot of people I may get feedback, inbox, emails, text, phone calls from what you just said. So let me answer some questions. I'm getting some questions from inbox now. So let me ask you some questions. Are there any genres or subgenres that are topic that your company would not try to acquire?
If it's X-rated, we'll pass. But anything other than that, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
We're completely open to all genres of film, TV, music, because music videos is a platform for that.
Music videos,
artists. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Another question that is being posed, well, I can pose this myself, to be honest with you, is there a pitch session? Is there something that has to be pitched, or is there a format, such a synopsis, inquiry letter, or do you have unsolicited, being that solicitation, that do not require an agent, or do they have to have an agent in order to have an inquiry with your company?
No, not at all. No, you certainly don't need an agent. Yeah, no, you just reach out and contact us. Yeah, info at Celebrity Media TV.
All right, Celebrity Media TV. Okay, and attention to. Attention to you or just
Christy Luxe? Absolutely.
Oh, okay, Christy Luxe. Okay. Now, also for the musicians that are out there, because you know you're talking about hip hop. Is there any music that you require? Does it have to be PG, almost PG, or just let's wait and see? Are there any regulations on the music that is submitted?
Not at all. Not at all. It's truly a platform for the artist.
She's giving you a black card. So if you're listening and you fall in any of these categories of musician or creative person, and if you want to have your projects seen on a global level, I would suggest that you get in contact with this lady. And, a lot of times my new book comes out is dealing with self-sabotage. A lot of times that old enemy called doubt rears its ugly head, and we feel that, oh, well, it's not good enough, the quality's not good enough. But let her be the judge of this and give yourself a break. So if you are listening, I do think that it will behoove you, as my grandmother used to say, to reach out to her and see what can happen, because this can be an awesome opportunity. As she said, you're powered by who, Christy?
World Star.
World Star. And like I'm almost the old hip-hop head, but I do listen to some other stuff, but I know that name, and that name is synonymous with a lot of visibility. I think of World Star, you think of visibility. So this is your opportunity to be visible, viable, and reach a network that perhaps you weren't able to reach before. So this is an awesome opportunity for all parties involved. Now, I'm listening to some of these messages, read some of these messages. So, Christy, tell me, how is the transition? Because you were, or you still are, an entertainment and talent manager. How is the transition being from editor to co-publisher, transition manager, talent manager? How has this prepared you for your new role?
Well, I think just being able to multitask. I've always had to multitask. I've always had to be organized and just kind of be the facilitator of all things. And to me, the platform may be different, but really the scope, to me, in my mind, is the same. It's really all management. I went from managing a magazine to managing talent to now managing a station. It's all about management. So for me, it looks very much the same. It's just the platform may be a little bit different, but the role in and of itself is very similar to me.
I like that philosophy, and I think that often we think that the mountain is too large to climb because it's a different mountain. But what you're doing, you're looking at it from the same lens. Even though the mountain may be different, you're tackling it in the same way. Girl, I like that. I like that, Christy. All right, let's see, can we get some of these callers online? Caller from 757-686. Caller from 757-686. You're on the air. Do you have a question or a comment for Christy? Hello? 757-686. Okay, well, we appreciate you chiming in this evening. And thank you for listening. Let's see, can I get another call before I ask you my next set of questions? Call from 804-212. 804-212. You're on the air. Do you have a question or comment for Christy?
Hello, Miss LaShira, and hello, Christy. This is Iris. How are you guys?
Hi, Miss Iris. We are well.
How
are you?
I am hanging in there. Now, listen, Christy, I'm not going to take up too much time. I just want to tell you, I love the path that you're taking. I've been the recipient of some of your talent that you have passed our way, and we were able to go in and do a wonderful project together. So I just want to reach out and tell people that Christy is one of those people that will work with you on any level. I mean, when we came to her at the last minute and say, hey, we need such and such person, she got us that person.
Yes, I can testify to that.
She got us that person. And you guys out there, many of you who are listening, is the recipient of some of Christy's wonderful work. So, Christy, I just want to say congratulations on the move. I look forward to working with you on other projects. Do your thing, girl. Go ahead and what'd you say? For the pink, what's your thing?
Fade
Hashtag
pink.
what?
Fade
the
pink.
pink. Go ahead, girl.
Yes.
Do your fade the pink thing.
Thank you, Iris.
Thank you.
And we had such a pleasure working with you, and I'm looking forward to us doing things together too. Definitely.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And as you can see, the project is doing well, and it's really because your talent came in and did a wonderful job for us.
Okay.
So we thank you, and best of luck
Iris,
to you.
why are you talking in riddles? can you tell my listeners the name of the project you're referring to?
Yes, please.
Deadly Sexy. I didn't want to take up Christy's time with Deadly, but it's Deadly Sexy.
The project?
Deadly Sexy, yes.
And the talent that we refer to is Travis Cure. So Christy was helped us be able to get Travis to come in and do that lead role of Reese the Find. And he came in and he did the darn thing. And you guys are out there watching it now. And let me say that she is right. You take it from someone who knows. You know, we have this movie on Amazon right now, and like she said, it would take zillions of you to come together for us to really make what we would need to make off of this project. And this project is so good. This is really a good project. But she's right about Amazon. So if there's other ways that independent authors will be able to use to put their talent out there to show not just what the independent producers and filmmakers can do, but what the cast and the crew members are able to do as well.
Yeah, the production
if there's
team.
a way that we
Absolutely.
that we can showcase that in other ways, it is a welcomed opportunity. So
absolutely,
she's not telling you a tale about that. I'm here to testify. We're not going to get rich off Amazon Prime. I'm just saying.
Nope, not at all.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in, Iris.
You're welcome.
Say that again, Christy. There you go.
That you can off of Celebrity Media TV.
All right.
Hey, listen. Go ahead.
Yes. And I don't want to by any means forget to or not mention the fact that I do manage Travis, because Travis and I have been together for 3 years now, working together. He's been my client from literally, I remember we started Travis's career. When I first picked Travis up as a client, he had 10,000 followers, and then his Instagram got deleted. So we started from zero. Every follower that Travis has, we worked together to get organic.
That's a story right there. That's a story in
about 235,000 now. But we started from zero, you know, and we beat the streets. Wow. Travis and I have driven from Atlanta all the way to New York for cover shoots. You know, we have been through social media, you know, issues and everything. We have been through a lot together. And we are always going to ride for each other from now until. So I want everyone to know that, Travis is my client.
That's called loyalty.
We work.
It's called loyalty, and that's a wonderful thing to have. But I'm sure some other callers. Christy, great talking to you.
Thank you, Iris, you too.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling.
Okay.
All right, bye. All right, we have another caller from 757-686. There's two of them. So 757-686-32. 757-686-32. You're on the air. You have a question or comment for Christy? Okay, well, we have a lot of silent people tonight. Well, I thank you for chiming in and listening. So, Christy, I have another question for you. You are doing all of this transition, and you also are starting your own movement on Fade to Pink. How is this impacting, or does it impact, when you are looking at projects or you're looking at prospective clients? And I know that you're because of the genre of and the type of work you do, you're constantly surrounded by men. How does this impact your view when you are perhaps looking for female-dominated projects, or does it impact your view?
You know, honestly, it doesn't. I don't feel like it impacts my view at all. You know, I'm always going to look for a quality project, regardless of who it's by. But I do believe in, you know, giving opportunities to women. I really, really do. Not to say that I wouldn't give the same opportunity to, you know, a male client or, you know, a filmmaker, but I just believe that oftentimes women can go overlooked. So I just feel like it's part of my responsibility to make sure that I shine as much light on us as possible. But of course, any quality project, is gonna have an opportunity. But I just feel like it's, I'm responsible for our movement.
Now,
just,
as far
something
as
I believe in.
As far as being a boss babe, what are some tips that you can give not just female entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurs in a nutshell? What are like your 2 or 3 basic business tips that you feel that every entrepreneur should have underneath their hat?
I feel plan, but don't overplan. I think it's important to have a plan, but when you start to overplan, you start to stall yourself. You feel like you're not ready and you're not prepared, when sometimes you just have to get out there. So I feel like it's important to plan, but don't plan yourself into becoming stagnant. You have to move. You have to make a move at some point, and sometimes you just got to jump out there. I think that that's very important. I think to make sure, and I say this to women a lot, but just in general, I feel like you have to protect your prized possession. And I tell women, I usually say to women who are dating someone, never give a man your most prized possession. And they always think that I'm referring to something intimate, but what I'm really talking about is your network close, and, you give your network to people who are really worthy of it. You know what I mean? Because your network really is your net worth, and it's something that we cultivate, and we spend a lot of time developing, and
Good
to
advice.
just give that information to people, you have to be very careful. You have to really, really guard that, and you give that to people who are worthy of stepping into your circle. Those are 2 really big things. And I think, and other than that, I just say, you just have to believe in yourself. There is nothing that we can't do. If you don't know how to do it, then find somebody that does. That's that leaning on the power of the sister circle. There is someone that knows something. And I don't know everything, but I guarantee you I do know how to call on someone. And I think it's just important that we support each other and,
exactly.
support the people around you. And, there's no secret. I feel like I could literally give someone a blueprint to everything that I'm doing, and they're still not going to execute it the way I execute it. So, whatever is your vision is going to be your vision because it came from you. So it's okay to share information. At the same time, you don't want to give everything away, because then people start to devalue your time, value on your time. And, and you value other people's time as well. So I think that those are the biggest things to me.
Well, we certainly value your time, and we greatly appreciate you coming on Read You Later and contributing to our Boss Babe series. So once again, if people would like to connect with you on social media or via email to get some more information about advertisement or perhaps being on any of your platforms, how can they reach you?
Man, I would say, honestly, the best way, you can always reach me on Instagram at Christy Luxe, and that's ChristyLuxe. I will respond to a business DM, because it could go, if it's Krave related, then, I have a Krave email. If it's celebrity media TV related, I have an email for that. If it's, management related, I have an email for that. So the best thing, just hit me up on IG, and I'll direct you to where I need you to send information. That's the easiest to remember.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to shine. I'd like to thank our boss babe, Christy Luxe, for joining us this evening and giving us those golden nuggets. I'd like to thank my listeners for chiming in. And next week we have the PR maven, Alicia Carter, in the house. From my heart to yours, Read You Later. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Good night.